together, just do it.
Just do it. Just do it. Just do it.
That's what.
out, though.
That's what the energy. That's the energy we on.
The energy
right
we
now.
on. Like, just do it. Like, we ain't gonna wait. We don't hesitate. We speak things into existence. It is what it is. Let's go. Everything I've asked and said I was gonna do, I've done.
Right. Nice.
And that's just the goal. Like, you know what I mean? For real.
There we go.
Hey, it's a real thing. Yeah. Yeah. But no, that's real. That's what we gotta. That's what we own. We want to start a business. Let's start a business.
Right.
Let's get the loan. Let's do this. Let's figure this out.
Yeah.
Like, this is what type of energy we on.
Yeah. And I think Big Jump started that.
He did.
Yeah, he jump started the energy.
Sure.
Like, why are we waiting another year? Let's just do it.
I most definitely am inspired by B, but I was already on it.
Right.
That's why I started. Yeah, for real. Like, I am inspired. I am inspired. But I was already writing the book. You know, I was already talking about it. I was already moving in that. So it's like, now it's like I realize the power that I have by just speaking things into existence. And that's what I'm doing. So that's what we're doing.
Right. Yeah.
So that energy is different. Like, we really have been working, but not just
working on ourselves.
We've
been working on ourselves.
Man, for real, like, the patience that I've had or developed for my wife is just different. The way I hear her,
that's good.
Is different.
That's good.
You know, last night or a couple nights ago, I'm gonna be transparent. We talked. We were just talking, and it was an intimate talk, and the talk was about just the things that we need to do to really forgive.
Right.
It was an awakening moment for her.
It really was. That was God. It was. Usually when we talk before bed, it's like what 20, 30 minutes. Then somebody's snoring, somebody's looking at their phone or whatever. But that night, man, God showed up, because for me, he showed up for me in a way that my husband really heard me. I felt that he really heard what I was saying, and then also it helped because. You know, I've been on this thing where trying to just be a better person.
Right.
And then my word for this year is discipline. And just being disciplined to follow through with stuff, just being with the small stuff, but discipline with myself. And I'm not gonna lie, like, I thought I was better. You know, I really did. No, I really did. I'm like, oh, I'm better. Like, I'm open. I'm free to. I'm free to, like, I'm open to new friends. I'm open to new experiences, and didn't realize that a lot of that night, a lot of my childhood trauma came up, and so when I thought I was forgiving people in my recent life. Like, you know, the last couple of years, maybe last 5 years, you know, maybe something happened, and I'm like, you know what, I'm not going to dwell on that like that. So I just started talking about my childhood, and I really don't do that. I don't do that because,
you don't do it enough.
It's several things. Oh, no. Okay, I'm sorry.
No, I'm saying that's real.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I thought you were. I'm sorry. We can cut this out. I thought you were saying, like, cut it. Let's get to the letter.
The first conversation, I'm saying.
Oh,
we can do that. We can do that one next time. Yeah.
All right. So.
No, you right on.
Okay. Yeah. So you do. Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and go here. Okay, y'all. So if I get a little teary eyed, just go with it. So. You know, you do your recent life. The people that have dealt with you for the last 5 years, and you thinking like, oh gosh, that's it.
Yeah,
that's what I'm better. I'm good. I'm healed.
Yeah,
I love myself.
Yeah.
You know, and then I don't know how we got to the conversation, but we were talking. It's nighttime. We in the bed, and it was like. Childhood stuff started coming up, and I mean, I'm like heavy with it, and I'm trying to hold back because that's what I do. You push it down and you keep going. You push it down, you keep going. You don't allow yourself to feel it, because then when you feel it, you got to deal with it. When you got to deal with it, you know. And I don't want to be no crybaby. Like I ain't no.
I get it.
You know, I'm hard. Like, you know what I mean? I'm a G. You know. So you know, we talking about it, and then like. Just like immediate family issues come up, and what happened as a child, and why I am the way I am, why I don't really publicly display affection with anybody. You know, when I say publicly, I might give you a hug or something, but you know, with my husband, I don't publicly broadcast our relationship. Okay. When I don't brag in it in a way, I don't. It's certain things I just don't do publicly. Now privately, I'm an open book. Yeah. And I can be very vulnerable privately, but publicly I can't be. You know, I'm always looking for the enemy. Yeah, who the enemy? And that's you, the enemy. I'm a run you over. I'm gonna go hard. you know what I mean? Yeah. And it ain't like physically right. I'm doing it. It's like defense. It's my defense mechanism. It keeps my drive. You know what I mean? If somebody tell me I can't do something, now I gotta prove to you I gotta do it. Yeah. But when you don't have that, you know, you don't have that push anymore. And then, like I said, you on a healing journey. I ain't lived in, you know, where I'm from in 20-something years. Right. So I don't have a relationship with the people that I grew up with anyway. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So
it's easy to push.
So it's easy to push. But what affected me more than anything when I was a child was words. So, like, you can beat the out of me. That don't affect me. Yeah. But I hold on to people's words. And it was certain people in my life that they just said, like, you know, I wasn't a good child, but I wasn't as bad as people seem, right? And I was telling him about it. I went to a fair and I went with a family member, and he came back and told everybody how bad I was at this fair. Now I know that shouldn't even be a big deal, right? Right. He said, you know, he told my, you know, everybody how she was this, she was that, her, you know, and I was just excited to be at the fair. Wow. So when you're a child, and that's why I have such a heart for like kids, and such a heart for like, and don't no grown up be mean to no child. Yeah. And when you around me, if you are mean to a child, I forever look at you different because of the stuff that happened to me. Because like I said, it wasn't word, it was the words that stick with me. Yeah. So since that day, I didn't like this person. Yeah. Got you. Since this day.
The relative. Got you.
Since that day. And so I held on to what everybody said about me. And I held on to it so much that it drives me in my life. Like, look, see, y'all didn't think I was going to be nothing. Y'all thought I was going to be a product of my mom. Yeah. Right? You thought. So that drove me. That keeps my drive. That makes me want to be better. It's conversations that were supposed to be private because I'm nosy. Yeah, I overheard, and so that's why when I moved away, I was like, I ain't never coming back. Yeah. And when I say back to live, right? Yeah. And I don't care if I have a relationship with the people or not. Yeah. Because you know like I said, it stayed in the forefront of my mind, and it drove me to the success that I am. It drove me to just be better or different. Yeah. So I was doing this to just prove everybody wrong. But then if you forgive them, what drives me? Because this is what's driving me. That's right? And what drives me, and then what, you know, forgiving them because I felt like it didn't really affect me. Yeah. You get what I'm saying? And forgiving them, what I realized that night after Jason, you know, Jason just poured into me that night. And he poured into me in a way that I was like, yeah.
Like only your husband could.
Like only a husband could. Right. And only a husband who really, really loves me. Yeah. In a way, ain't nobody else love me the way Jason loves me. Right. Yeah. And I would have never said that publicly because I was waiting for the ball to drop. So when you wait for the ball to drop, and then you like I'm proving everybody wrong, and you always in a fight, and you're just tired of that fight.
I'm tired of it because he don't deserve that because he wasn't the one that did it to me.
Yeah.
And then he loved me even in spite of the fight that I was in with everybody.
Yeah.
So he poured into me, and I can't remember exactly what he said, but he poured into me, and it just clicked.
Wow.
It clicked. And God was just using him. God, like I said, God showed up and
in y'all bedroom.
In my bedroom
Not
at night. Not at the altar.
In your bedroom.
In my bedroom at night.
Just talking.
Loving
your husband.
And he loved on me that night. Yeah. And so, it was an intimacy that you could tell it was a new level of intimacy now. Because I was actually really, I was actually really to be vulnerable and to really say, like, so I went through all the family members' names. I was like, he was never mean to me. You know, she was never mean to me.
Just trying to pinpoint.
Trying to pinpoint. And, I had an uncle that was just mean. And to this day, I just had an issue with him. He was mean. And I'm like, I started thinking about some of the stuff that I witnessed, that he went through when I was younger. And I'm like, he's dealing with the same hurt I was dealing with. It just manifested differently in him.
And you finally was able to see that.
And I was able to see it and like feel it and feel sorry. And feel empathy. Like, he was just dealing with his shit too. And then everybody's just dealing with their shit.
Individually.
And it comes out. And then when people don't understand it, you know, you hurt or you're carrying it, and it gets so heavy. Oh my God. And I'm to the point where I'm tired of myself sometimes. I'm like, Amy, you get it. You can't keep doing this to yourself. And I was just so tired. And I'm sorry, I've been talking.
No,
it's good.
You need to get it out. You're the eldest sibling, right?
Yes.
That's a pressure in itself. You know what I'm saying? Having to be strong for your younger siblings. Not sure if they went through some of the similar things, but man, that's a lot of breakthrough that just took place in one night. You talking about how many years? How old was you when that first happened?
7. Well, I mean, just the memory, you know. I was 7, and I was just walking around like that 7-year-old girl because, like, you know, when people don't have nothing good to say about you, you start looking at yourself like, damn, you know, damn.
But on top of that, you have to realize that she also didn't feel wanted. Because she bounced from house to house to house.
Well, between my grandmother and my aunt too. So because my mom was just who she was. You know, and not feeling wanted. Anywhere, like a burden. Everywhere you go, you're like, damn.
And to hear those conversations.
And then to hear them from the people that's supposed to love you. You just like, damn. And so it made me hardened. So it made me feel like I wasn't worthy to be loved. And it just made me, and so when I did experience love, I wasn't able to experience it in that way because I was like, you know what? If the ball dropped, I won't be disappointed. And then if I'm not disappointed, I can't get hurt. And you can't get hurt. I'm sorry, guys.
No, you're good.
And all of those are medicated situations that you had to create for yourself, because what you guys experience is something people pay thousands of dollars to therapists to get to, and it takes years. You guys had a conversation, man, so man, honestly, man, it's like, man, I just want to give God praise for that, man, straight up, man, because that's a big deal. That's a major release, I'm sure you felt lighter after that.
I did. I felt so much lighter because I was going through something at work too. So I was going through something at work that was pretty hard for me too. So I'm going through something at work. I woke up the next day with whatever, what I was going through at work, and I was like, you know what? This too shall pass, right? I'm not gonna hold this. I ain't gonna carry this. I'm gonna let it be, and I'm gonna move on. And so now I'm in the process of just forgiving.
Yeah.
You know what? We human. We ain't gonna always get it right.
Yeah.
And I say that all the time to people, but to really like walk in it now, because I was really saying it to them, saying it to myself.
Yeah.
Just people are human. We carry stuff, and I don't want to carry it no more for me.
Yeah.
It's too heavy of a burden. This is I was just distant with my kids, distant with everybody. So, people knew me, but they don't know.
Yeah.
It's always a kind of a wall up.
Yeah.
Just don't want to, say I got a really good. Yeah, I got a really good husband.
Yeah.
I ain't want to say that because, I don't know when that's going to change.
Right.
You get what I'm saying?
Wow.
So you just don't say stuff like that. And just being distant. And present but not present.
Yeah.
I live in my head. Those thoughts. So it never was like, so a lot of times somebody said to me, but my thoughts controlled me in a way. And my thoughts would be negative. Negative thoughts. And I didn't know how to counteract those thoughts. So, like I said, with my husband, you don't want to say he's too good of a husband because I don't know when that's going to change. I don't want to be embarrassed if it do change. This is with my kids, not being very intimate with them because I don't know when that's going to change. They may grow up and not like me or not want to be around me, so you can't get hurt. It is all the reason, but the whole time you getting hurt. Right. The whole time you hurt, but you're like, no, I ain't hurt. I'm not hurt. I was thinking about that night. I was thinking about when my grandma died. And I was like, I always felt like she was only somebody who, be like, oh, you so pretty or you so cute and just stuff like that. And even though I may have been bad, she didn't treat me like I was.
Yeah.
So with her, when she passed away, we knew she was passing away, but
she was sick.
Yeah, we knew it, but just not showing no emotion. Yeah. Just kind of moving. Get the kids, go down there.
Yeah.
Come on back. And even when my mom died, we came in on a Friday. We was gone Sunday morning. Just you push it down and you keep going and you keep, and then then the life be life.
Yeah.
And so those on top of all the stuff I'm carrying as a 7-year-old child, now I'm carrying adult shit.
Yeah.
And you just tired. You like, damn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is stupid, but then I felt survivor's remorse because I was like, I didn't nearly go through what other people that I know went through. Yeah. So, then you're like, you have no right to feel the way you feel.
Right.
So then you push it to the side again because you're like, we have a pretty good life.
Right.
You have a pretty good life. You shouldn't even feel this way. Life's too good for you. Right? It is all about the physical things we can buy. I can buy something. I can go out to eat when I want to. I can get my hair done. I can go buy a shirt or two. It's all that shit.
Yeah.
And that shit don't even matter because all the shit I carry had nothing to do with what we got.
Yeah.
It had everything to do with me
who you are.
And who I am and why I'm the way I am and and forgiving myself, just forgiving myself.
That part.
And I not only that, and I didn't realize it wasn't other people I had to forgive. I had to forgive myself because I wasn't I could have been a better wife. I could have been a better mother. I could have been a better person. And I was just carrying a lot. a lot of stuff internally, and it's gone. I mean, I let it go, but I'm in the process of just going through it.
Yeah.
And so we're processing it and just allowing myself to say, you know what? I ain't in no fight no more.
Yeah.
I tap out.
Yeah.
You can have it. And really just, love it freely. In a free way. No strings attached, no nothing. You don't have to love me back.
Yeah.
You don't owe me nothing.
Yeah.
And I'm going to love you anyway. So if Jason ever decides to change up with this, I still love him. Because you know what?
He ain't.
But
It ain't happening.
It ain't. But I'm just saying.
He's pretty stubborn.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Even if he, whatever, I still love him because, like I said, he's a good person through and through. Through and through. He is my best friend, my better half. He's my rock. He supports me in a way that nobody else ever supports me. And I just wouldn't even allow myself to say the words. Because if something changed,
I think the beauty of it is that your movie ain't over.
Yeah.
And I think it's amazing that you didn't give up before the movie got to the really, really good parts.
Yeah, that part.
So that's what you guys are now walking in now, man. And it's a beautiful thing, man, to be able to come to a realization of something that was always in front of your face, but because of how you were brought up, you kind of just got, it's like a lump or something. You just get used to it being there, and you just kind of act like it's supposed to be a part of who you are. And man, I'm super happy for y'all, man. Yeah. Like, genuinely.
I just want to check in with Jay just to see, like, what's your perspective? What does that mean for you, Jay, like, listening to Amy? I know what it means for me, just as far as how I know Amy. And there are times where, like, I can hear what she's saying and then apply it to different spaces. Because I've always thought you were a great person. You know what I'm saying? And then I see where the disconnect from your past to your present, I can see the difference. But as a husband, being with her for 20 plus years, what does this moment, like, what does that do for your soul?
I'm just happy for her.
Yeah.
You okay, babe?
Man.
It's
okay,
not about me.
It's not crying.
It's about her.
Yeah.
I just always wanted to be happy.
Yeah.
You feel like it was things that was going on that you just couldn't articulate. Now that it's out, you just like finally like at a place.
That's it, man. That's it. The fact that she's finally let it go or willing to let it go,
Yeah.
it means everything to me. I've always seen it.
Yeah.
I know what it is.
Yeah.
I know the most intimate parts of her.
Yeah.
And I know how amazing she is. Wow. And that's why I'm just privileged to do life with her. However it comes. Never tried to change her. I just want her to change herself.
Yeah.
So whatever she wanted, I was going to roll with that.
That's beautiful, man. That's like you literally loved her back to health.
Right.
That's that. Now that
part.
People will never, you can't buy that.
No,
you cannot buy that. You know what I mean?
It's different. Our legacy is different. I mean, that's why I say we're in a different place.
Yeah.
And I don't just say that. Like, that's just how we live, like how we love each other. There's nothing that could tear us apart. Like that this is my life partner. This is who God has chosen me to be with. I had to go find her.
In another state.
I had to find her. Like that, and when I found her, I knew it didn't matter. She just didn't realize it. And again, I never forced anything on her.
Yeah.
It was just asking the right questions. And it wasn't me.
Yeah.
And I told her, I stopped her in mid-conversation, and I said, listen, this isn't me. This is God using me. This is it. Mm-hmm. And at that point, I felt her defenses go down. Mm. I felt it. I knew she was hearing me.
Yeah.
And it was soft, and it was gentle, and it was loving. And it didn't have anything to do with anything sexual.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was just me holding her, talking softly to her, and allowing myself to be a vessel to my wife.
It was almost like you were speaking to that 7-year-old little girl, like not the one that's built up the walls over the years. That's right. That would be the grown woman. But the little girl doesn't have any of those walls. She wasn't exposed to any of the things. You didn't know any better. You were just an innocent girl. And so in that moment, just giving her the freedom, like, this is I'm speaking directly to you.
It was such an intimate connection. And the things that we discussed and how we discussed it just, that's how you knew it was like. And then that's when she got to thinking, or the right questions were being asked. And then she got to realizing again, like, some of the hurt that was being portrayed to her was also that person hurting.
Right. The uncle.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah, not just him,
but not just him,
uncle,
just everybody.
But it's just several uncles.
Yeah.
It ain't just one. And she literally remembers the ones that was just nice to her.
Yeah.
No matter what they were going through in their point in life or what they had going on. She didn't care about that. She only cared about the fact that they were nice to her.
Yeah.
So that's who got spoke to.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
And I already know that I know her life is going to be forever changed because mine was. And I was already on a journey, and I was carrying us. I know I was. And she was literally fighting me for some points. And now I know she won't fight me no more. And this is what's going to get us where we need to go.
Right.
This is where the legacy begins for us. I know that.
Yeah.
She know that. We lockstep. Our whole family is. In the conversation, I asked a question in our group chat. I say, what state y'all want to live in? I said, where's the family estate going to be? And we just got to flowing in. And our conversation was like, all right, well, I don't want to be over here because, it's too hot over here. Global warming. Like, we having a real conversation. Am I not? Like, it flow. And then she's participating. Normally, she wouldn't say nothing.
Usually, I'll say nothing in the group chat.
But now she flowing.
I just kind of like stuff, hearted. But I didn't really interact in the group chat.
But this time, she flowing in the group chat. She carried it. She like, well, I want to do this state. And I want to do this. And now we got a whole family trip planned to Salt Lake.
Go scope out some spots.
Just to really go scope out that area.
Yeah.
So these are the things that I'm telling you, life is different. I know it. And that's why we're so emotional, because this is real to us. We don't care who believes it.
Right. Yeah.
We don't even care. We know it's going to occur. We know what's going to happen. We know it. We flowing in it. And it is amazing to just do this in front of everybody.
Yeah.
Wow.
Because if you can't realize how real that was,
right,
and even this me talking is, just keep watching.
Yeah, right. For sure. Man, the power of forgiveness, boy. The power of, I did. And I'm looking and thinking at the same time. I had just recently, I spoke on the power of forgiveness. And I was talking about just how the impact of forgiveness, what it does, the purpose of it. And I don't think a lot of people realize that forgiveness is for you. And when you're the one who's hurting, you often feel like forgiveness is releasing or letting them off the hook.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Right. But forgiveness is for you because it does that. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like those are that is the telltale sign of why you do not want to carry the unforgiveness. And we've all been guilty of it. You know what I'm saying? And I was doing a study. I'm not going to go super deep on it, but like neurologically, unforgiveness changes. It changes like the neurons in your brain. Like it changes shape.
Oh my God, it's powerful.
And there's like they show you like when you have like when a situation occurs and you dwell on it, it shows how it impacts the cell and how different lumps and bumps, they call them mushrooms, and like all of these are forming. Like the cell kind of looks, I don't know, you have to look it up. Right. But you can see the cell itself, and then when that negative instant happens, like the mind, and then there's the body and the brain. Yeah. So it's mind, body, brain connection. So you encounter it. So let's say, take for instance Amy. She encountered, and I'm not a neuroscientist, I went to YouTube University, but 7-year-old Amy encountered that situation into her mind, but her mind signaled to her brain and body, and your brain and body respond. Right. And they continue to circulate that instant. So for as long as you will continue to hold on to it, it just continues to circulate it between your mind, brain, and body.
As if it's a part of you.
As if it's a part of you. And it forms an entanglement like between your brain and your body and your mind. And so like essentially your uncle had power over you without even being present because of the entanglement in your mind. You know what I'm saying? Because you receive it as energy, and then that energy kind of just bounces around in your body. And then when I was studying that, because you're constantly sending those signals to your brain and your body, that negative instance, then your brain and your body feel like it's time, like we need to be on the defense because something's happening. Facts. Like there's trauma going on in the body. So it's doing what God created it to do. It's going to go, the body is going to respond. There's trauma. There's trouble in the body. So it's constantly doing that, which is why people who hold on to unforgiveness are sick, which is why my father, his biological father, he died of a broken heart. And I was like, oh, Dad, well, how can he die of a broken heart? And I always thought like his heart literally shattered. Right. And I did not realize, and I'm just getting information. I was talking to my auntie the other day. Papa was a Rolling Stone. He had like 5 kids, and he was married to one woman. Right. Had 5 kids by 4 different women. I was just like, Granddad. My granddad was all over the place. Yeah. But at the same time, like all of the different scenarios with the different women, it was emotionally entangling him in places. And so by the time, and he died later on in life, but by the time he had died, he had carried so much. And he was so hurt. So you can die of a broken heart. Absolutely. You know what I'm saying? And I don't think people realize just how much power we give other people by holding on to those situations. And it's like once you become empowered enough, like you'll never look at life the same. You'll never look at an instance the same. And that space where you say, you know, I realize that my uncle was he was hurting himself. Man. Like I lived there. I don't even know how my dad did it, but when you think about like, how did you deal with his baby mom? How do you deal with like the things we went through? How do you deal with like people just being mean? I live in that space. Like I live in forever being empathetic to, and I try to train my kids to think the same thing. Like people be mean to you, but really what you need to see is that something's going on in their mind and in their heart. Absolutely. And so, right. And so if you think about it that way, then I can respond to I can respond to that versus being so quick to respond to what they're doing to me. And that's where I live. I'm not saying that I'm perfect.
But no, that's where I am.
Yeah.
I'm there where you are right now.
Yeah.
Because I was the opposite of that. I was the other person you were speaking of.
Yeah.
I see that person, I see the hurt in you, but I can't risk hurting myself by not responding.
Yeah. Wow.
I can't, so I gotta respond to you to keep my ego intact, to keep me from being weak and thinking all instead of just saying, man, no, I see it.
Yeah.
I see it. Like that's why this is why this is so emotional. It's the soy too. We eating a lot more soy. But the hormone, but no, that's real. Like it's a lot of emotion in the soy. So maybe this is the right time. But seriously, this got to be. This is all
estrogen.
Divine. Yes. So yes, it's a lot of that in there. We got to be for real. That soy is killing me right now. It is killing me. But I don't, for real, the soy guy. But it is important that's why it's important for us to connect. So where I've been trying to get her, she finally got it. Like she feel what sis is feeling.
Yeah.
That empathy, that ability to see the pain in others, and just to carry it and let it go. Right. See, that's how I'm surviving this.
Yeah.
I'm not carrying what she's been. I'm letting it go. I'm letting it flow through me.
Yeah.
I feel that pain.
That
Come
part,
on.
yeah.
Flow through me. I'm not holding on to that.
Yeah.
I'm not walking around like a ticking time bomb.
Yeah.
Because I really let it go.
Yeah.
If we were carrying stuff.
Yeah.
And at one point I was carrying her.
Yeah.
I was carrying that pain and that anger and that we got to go somewhere. It got her energy's transferring to me.
Yeah.
So now I'm in a place where I'm like, come on, baby. Come on.
Yeah.
Give it to me. And I'm letting it go.
Yeah.
Letting it go. So she's getting whatever she needs to get off her. And I'm allowing it to flow. But now she's done.
Yeah.
She's at a place where that whatever that is slowing down.
Yeah.
Eventually it's not going to be there no more. And then we can lock in step and move the way we're supposed to move.
That's beautiful.
Facts.
But see, that's where this thing is amazing. Yeah. Feeling like this is amazing. So I know, since I feel you, I understand you. I understand where you are. She's right there with me. Like she gonna still be Amy.
Right.
She gonna still be fiery. She's still gonna be like I told her, I said, babe. She's like, what do I do with this anger? Like that's what fuels me. And I'm like,
anger was
I'm like, but what does it feel like to not, like, how much further do you go but not holding on to it? Like, how much, now you realize your dream is going to be different.
Because it's not like the drive isn't there.
Right.
You're
still you.
You still have the drive, the capability, the skills. It's like, but now what's going to be my fuel? My fuel will be my family.
Yes.
My fuel will be my future.
Yes.
Our legacy.
There you
know
go.
what I'm saying? Like all of those things now become the fuel that don't attach the heaviness and the burden of life. Now you can do it and smile.
There
now you can do it and give gifts.
Right.
Now you can do
Gracefully.
it.
She can do it
She can do it gracefully.
Yeah.
Gracefully. It don't have. She's still gonna be a pit bull. She could just be a pit bull and a smile.
That's
you know
right.
what I'm saying?
Smile with it.
You know what I mean?
What we say? A lion ain't got to tell nobody they a lion.
Right.
That's it.
I can
Just be.
It's a wonderful feeling.
Or,
man.
like my daughter, I'm in my soft girl. era.
Right.
Listen,
Listen,
that's right.
that's a real thing.
That's a real thing.
That is a real thing. And there's nothing weak about being in your soft
It's
girl.
called growth.
Because it requires strength to
Maturity,
be that.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
But to do it together is what's amazing.
That's powerful.
That's
Okay,
the
power
amazing
couple.
part.
Come on.
That's the amazing part. To mature and grow
maturity.
together, like to get there together. Golly.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm
And
sorry.
just think like, but now your children are able to, like, they'll be able to see. You know what I'm saying?
experiencing it.
You can share that with them, and now that's in their that's in their tool bag. Absolutely. In case they ever get to a place where they have to choose whether they're going to not forgive or whatever. It's like, no, I remember my mom, my dad told me about. So now that'll forever be with them. And they'll respect you even more. Absolutely. You know what I'm saying? Because they already love and respect y'all. So now it's just like, wow, because now whatever you guys decide to share, now they're a part of that intimate moment, and together as a family, like you say, y'all lock in, because I think that it's really powerful, and I remember Anthony having a similar intimate moment with the kids. It just really changes them and how they see us and view us as adults. So that's awesome. Congratulations, Coleman.
That's huge.
Congratulations, man.
Yes, and thank you for sharing with us, with the family,
with the family by choice.
That's like a lot, major. Thank y'all for tuning in. We appreciate you guys for again showing up, supporting. Be sure to leave Amy some love in the chat, in the comments. And Jay, yes, for sure. The Colemans are definitely on a journey of healing, and you know, like you say, Amy, keep it going. There's more to sift through, but now you're doing it in a different headspace and in a different heart space. So I love that for y'all. So, anyhow, you had anything you wanted to say, babe?
I think y'all said it all. Man, if you're watching out there, and some of you may have tuned in a little later or a little later on in the show or different things like that, or you've been following the whole thing, man, listen, forgiveness isn't easy, but it's necessary.
It is necessary.
And it's very deceiving sometimes because, like Constance says, you feel like if you forgive this person, you're not holding them accountable, or as if how you feel, they get to bypass it and it's just all jolly good cheer for them.
Right.
And the whole point of what we're saying is that has nothing to do with you. As long as you hold on to that unforgiveness, you are in a prison that you've made a home. Mm-hmm. And you don't even realize it's a prison anymore. So to that person that you're holding art with, it's easy to go out of sight, out of mind, but then you end up 42, 43, 44 years old, and you interact with other people that you love, and you're trying to figure out, well, how come I can't see what they see? And then you trace it back, and it goes back to something that happened when you were 5 years old, 6 years old, 7 years old.
When the incident you can't seem to forgive happened.
You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, man, listen, let's walk in love. Let's walk in forgiveness. I'm not saying it's easy. I'm saying it's necessary.
Right.
And, you know, when you realize the severity and how serious it is, it'll help you count the cost to put some Tom and Jerry's to it and some action to it to make it happen. So, man, thank you for tuning in. This is Family by Choice. We love you. We'll see you next time.
Yes, sir.
Peace.